Have you ever walked away from a negotiation feeling like you left money on the table? You're not alone. In fact, a staggering 68% of professionals report feeling underprepared and anxious when entering high-stakes negotiations. This lack of confidence often leads to suboptimal outcomes, missed opportunities, and a nagging sense of what if. Imagine for a moment, you're sitting across from a potential client, your palms are sweaty, your heart is racing, and you can feel the weight of the deal pressing down on you. The words seem to stick in your throat as you struggle to articulate your value proposition. Sound familiar? In today's cutthroat business world, the ability to negotiate effectively can make or break your career. Whether you're a seasoned executive or an up-and-coming entrepreneur, mastering the art of negotiation is no longer optional, it's essential. The good news? Negotiation is a skill that can be learned, honed, and perfected with the right strategies and mindset. In this video, we'll dive deep into the psychology of successful negotiators, uncover little-known tactics used by the pros, and provide you with a step-by-step blueprint to close unbeatable deals. By the end of this session, you'll have the tools and confidence to transform from a nervous negotiator into a deal-closing powerhouse. We'll explore everything from body language secrets to advanced linguistic patterns that subtly influence your counterpart's decision-making process. You'll learn how to read the room, pivot on a dime, and always stay 2 steps ahead in any negotiation. So, buckle up and get ready to revolutionize your approach to deal-making. Your future success stories are about to be written, and they start with mastering the art of negotiation. The root of poor negotiation skills often lies in a combination of fear, lack of preparation, and misconceptions about what effective negotiation actually entails. Many people mistakenly believe that negotiation is about aggressive tactics, intimidation, or simply being the loudest voice in the room. This couldn't be further from the truth. In reality, successful negotiation is a delicate dance of empathy, strategic thinking, and mutual value creation. The problem is exacerbated by a culture that often glorifies win-at-all-costs mentalities, leading many to approach negotiations as zero-sum games where one party's gain is necessarily the other's loss. This flawed mindset creates a self-fulfilling prophecy. When negotiators enter discussions with a combative attitude, they inadvertently create tension and resistance, making it harder to find common ground or creative solutions. Moreover, the fear of confrontation leads many to avoid negotiation altogether, settling for less than they deserve or missing out on opportunities for growth and collaboration. This avoidance behavior is particularly prevalent among women and minorities, who may already feel at a disadvantage in certain professional settings, further perpetuating wage gaps and career advancement disparities. The consequences of poor negotiation skills ripple far beyond individual deals or transactions. On a larger scale, ineffective negotiation contributes to workplace conflicts, stalled business growth, and even international diplomatic tensions. In personal lives, it can lead to strained relationships, financial stress, and a pervasive sense of powerlessness. The inability to advocate effectively for oneself or one's ideas doesn't just impact the bottom line, it erodes self-confidence and limits potential in all areas of life. As we delve deeper into this topic, you'll see how mastering negotiation isn't just about closing deals, it's about empowering yourself to shape the world around you on your terms. The immediate consequences of poor negotiation skills can be stark and demoralizing. In the professional realm, it often translates to lower salaries, missed promotions, and deals that fall through at the last minute. For entrepreneurs, it can mean the difference between securing vital funding and watching their dreams crumble. On a personal level, weak negotiation abilities can result in overpaying for major purchases like homes or cars, accepting unfavorable terms in contracts, or even struggling to resolve conflicts in personal relationships. These short-term losses quickly compound, creating a snowball effect of missed opportunities and diminished self-worth. Looking at the long-term picture, the impact of consistently poor negotiation outcomes can be devastating. Career trajectories can be permanently altered, with individuals finding themselves perpetually undervalued and overlooked for key positions. The financial repercussions are equally severe. A study by Carnegie Mellon University found that failing to negotiate on an initial job offer could result in a loss of up to $1.5 million in lifetime earnings. Beyond the monetary aspect, the psychological toll of feeling consistently outmaneuvered or taken advantage of in negotiations can lead to chronic stress, imposter syndrome, and a reluctance to pursue ambitious goals or ventures. To illustrate the real-world impact, consider the story of Sarah, a talented software engineer who consistently undervalued her contributions. Over a decade, she watched less qualified colleagues secure better positions and higher salaries simply because they were more adept at negotiating. By the time Sarah realized the cumulative effect of her passive approach, she had missed out on over $300,000 in potential earnings and several leadership opportunities. The cost wasn't just financial. Sarah's confidence was shattered, and she found herself questioning her worth both professionally and personally. This example underscores the hidden yet profound costs of neglecting to develop strong negotiation skills, affecting not just our bank accounts but our very sense of self and potential for happiness and fulfillment. When it comes to improving negotiation skills, many people turn to quick-fix solutions or outdated advice that promises instant results. One common approach is to adopt an overly aggressive stance, believing that intimidation and forceful tactics will lead to favorable outcomes. While this may occasionally yield short-term gains, it often backfires by creating resentment, damaging relationships, and closing off opportunities for collaborative problem-solving. Another popular but misguided strategy is to rely heavily on scripted responses or rigid negotiation formulas that don't account for the dynamic and unpredictable nature of real-world discussions. These approaches frequently fail because they don't address the underlying psychological and emotional aspects of negotiation. They focus on surface-level techniques without developing the deep understanding and flexibility required to navigate complex human interactions. Moreover, many traditional negotiation courses or books present strategies that worked in a different era but are less effective in today's fast-paced, information-rich environment. They may not account for cultural differences, the nuances of digital communication, or the increasing importance of long-term relationship building in business contexts. A common misconception is that great negotiators are born, not made, that it's an innate talent rather than a learnable skill. This belief leads many to give up before they've even started, assuming they lack the natural charisma or quick thinking required for successful negotiations. Another prevalent myth is that preparation means memorizing a set of facts and figures, rather than developing a flexible strategy and honing one's emotional intelligence. These misunderstandings about the nature of effective negotiation often result in half-hearted attempts at improvement that yield little real-world benefit, leaving individuals frustrated and reinforcing their belief that they're just not cut out for high-level negotiation. But what if I told you that there's a way to transform your negotiation skills that doesn't rely on aggression, manipulation, or innate talent? Imagine approaching every negotiation with the calm confidence of a seasoned diplomat, armed with strategies that work in the real world, not just in textbooks. The truth is, masterful negotiation is within reach for anyone willing to embrace a new paradigm, one that combines cutting-edge psychological insights with practical, adaptable techniques. As the ancient Chinese strategist Sun Tzu said, the supreme art of war is to subdue the enemy without fighting. In negotiation, this translates to achieving your goals while creating value for all parties involved. This shift in perspective is backed by groundbreaking research in fields ranging from neuroscience to game theory. Studies have shown that the most successful negotiators aren't those with the most aggressive tactics, but those with the highest emotional intelligence and the ability to create collaborative environments. For instance, a landmark study by Harvard Business School found that negotiators who focused on building rapport and understanding their counterparts' interests outperformed those who took a more adversarial approach, by a margin of 42% in terms of value creation. To illustrate the power of this new approach, consider the case of Maria, a mid-level manager who had always struggled with asserting herself in negotiations. After adopting the strategies we'll discuss, she not only secured a 30% salary increase but also negotiated a flexible work arrangement that dramatically improved her quality of life. Or take Alex, a small business owner who was on the brink of bankruptcy. By applying these advanced negotiation techniques, he was able to renegotiate terms with suppliers, secure new funding, and turn his company around in less than a year. These are not isolated incidents, they represent the transformative potential that awaits when you master the art of modern negotiation. The solution I proposed is a comprehensive, multifaceted approach to negotiation that goes beyond mere tactics to rewire your entire mindset and skill set. At its core, this method is based on three key principles: empathy, strategic preparation, and adaptive communication. First, we'll develop your ability to truly understand and anticipate the needs, motivations, and fears of your negotiation partners. This empathetic foundation allows you to craft proposals that address their concerns while still advancing your own interests, creating a collaborative atmosphere rather than an adversarial one. Next, we'll focus on strategic preparation that goes far beyond simply knowing your numbers. You'll learn how to conduct in-depth stakeholder analyses, develop multiple scenarios and contingency plans, and identify leverage points that aren't immediately obvious. This level of preparation gives you the confidence to remain flexible during the negotiation, knowing you have a deep well of options and information to draw from. We'll also delve into the psychology of decision-making, teaching you how to frame options in ways that make agreement more likely and how to use cognitive biases to your advantage ethically. The third pillar of our approach is adaptive communication. You'll master the art of reading subtle nonverbal cues, adjusting your communication style to match your counterpart's preferences, and using advanced linguistic patterns to influence the direction of the conversation subtly. This includes techniques like mirroring, labeling emotions, and strategic silence, all designed to build rapport and create a sense of alignment. Additionally, we'll cover how to handle high-pressure situations, manage your own emotions, and maintain composure even when negotiations become heated. By integrating these three elements, empathy, strategic preparation, and adaptive communication, you'll develop a negotiation style that is both highly effective and authentically your own. To implement this transformative approach to negotiation, we'll break it down into 5 actionable steps that you can start applying immediately. Step 1 is to conduct a thorough self-assessment. Identify your current strengths and weaknesses in negotiation, your typical emotional responses under pressure, and any limiting beliefs you hold about your abilities. This honest evaluation will serve as the foundation for your personalized improvement plan. Use tools like personality assessments and feedback from colleagues to gain a 360-degree view of your negotiation style. Step 2 focuses on developing your empathy and emotional intelligence. Start by practicing active listening in your daily interactions, striving to understand the underlying emotions and motivations behind what people say. Engage in role-playing exercises where you argue from your counterpart's perspective, forcing you to see situations from multiple angles. Supplement this with mindfulness practices to increase your self-awareness and emotional regulation, crucial skills for maintaining composure in high-stakes negotiations. Step 3 is all about mastering the art of strategic preparation. For each upcoming negotiation, create a comprehensive dossier that includes not just facts and figures, but also detailed profiles of all stakeholders, potential scenarios, and your ideal outcomes along with acceptable compromises. Develop a habit of thinking several moves ahead, anticipating possible objections or roadblocks, and preparing thoughtful responses in advance. Practice articulating your value proposition clearly and compellingly, tailoring it to the specific interests of your negotiation partner. As you embark on this journey to transform your negotiation skills, you'll inevitably face challenges both internal and external. One of the most common internal obstacles is the fear of rejection or conflict, which can lead to a tendency to avoid tough conversations or cave in too quickly to demands. To overcome this, start by reframing negotiation in your mind not as a confrontation, but as a collaborative problem-solving exercise. Practice small, low-stakes negotiations in your daily life to build confidence gradually. Remember, every no brings you closer to a yes and provides valuable learning opportunities. Externally, you may encounter resistance from others who are used to your previous negotiation style or who feel threatened by your new, more assertive approach. To navigate this, be transparent about your growth journey and the mutual benefits of your improved skills. Seek out mentors or peers who can provide support and constructive feedback as you implement new strategies. Consider joining a negotiation practice group or finding an accountability partner to stay motivated and share experiences. Maintaining motivation throughout this process of change can be challenging, especially when you face setbacks or don't see immediate results. Create a system of small, achievable milestones and reward yourself for reaching them. Keep a negotiation journal to track your progress and reflect on lessons learned from each interaction. Regularly revisit your long-term goals and the reasons why you embarked on this journey to reinforce your commitment. Remember, mastering negotiation is a lifelong skill that will pay dividends in all areas of your life, personal and professional. Stay patient and persistent, knowing that each small improvement compounds over time into significant results. Imagine walking into your next high-stakes negotiation with an aura of quiet confidence. Your body language exudes calm assurance as you greet your counterparts with a warm smile and a firm handshake. As the discussion unfolds, you listen intently, picking up on subtle cues in tone and body language that reveal underlying concerns and desires. With grace and precision, you navigate complex topics, artfully reframing issues to highlight mutual benefits. Your well-prepared arguments flow effortlessly, backed by compelling data and relatable anecdotes that resonate deeply with your audience. In this future state, you find yourself consistently achieving outcomes that exceed your initial expectations. Colleagues and clients alike seek out your advice, recognizing your reputation as a fair but formidable negotiator. Your career advances rapidly as you secure dream projects, favorable contracts, and leadership roles that once seemed out of reach. At home, you navigate family discussions and major decisions with newfound ease, fostering deeper understanding and harmony in your relationships. The chronic stress that once accompanied any form of negotiation has been replaced by a sense of excitement and opportunity. Perhaps most importantly, this mastery of negotiation permeates every aspect of your life, enhancing your overall sense of agency and self-worth. You no longer shy away from asking for what you truly deserve, whether it's a raise, better service, or more equitable treatment. Your enhanced communication skills allow you to build stronger, more authentic relationships in both personal and professional spheres. As you continue to hone your abilities, you find yourself in a position to mentor others, passing on your knowledge and watching with pride as they too transform their lives through the power of effective negotiation. This is not just a dream, it's the tangible reality that awaits when you commit to mastering the art of negotiation. The time to start transforming your negotiation skills is not tomorrow, not next week, but right now. Every interaction is an opportunity to practice and refine your new approach. Begin by identifying one upcoming conversation or meeting where you can apply the principles we've discussed. It could be as simple as negotiating household chores with your partner or as significant as discussing a project timeline with a client. The key is to start small, focusing on implementing one or two new techniques rather than overhauling your entire approach overnight. Consider the cost of inaction. Every day you delay is another missed opportunity to create value, build stronger relationships, and move closer to your goals. The compounding effect of improved negotiation skills means that even small gains now can lead to significant advantages in the future. Think about a negotiation you have coming up in the next month. How would approaching it with these new strategies change the potential outcomes? What's the worst that could happen if you try, and what's the best that could happen if you succeed? To create a sense of urgency without resorting to high-pressure tactics, reflect on your long-term aspirations. Where do you want to be in your career or personal life 5 years from now? How would mastering negotiation skills accelerate your journey toward those goals? By starting today, you're not just preparing for your next negotiation, you're investing in a lifetime of better outcomes and more fulfilling relationships. Remember, every master was once a beginner. Your journey to negotiation mastery begins with a single step, and that step is yours to take right now. As you begin to implement these new negotiation strategies, it's important to set realistic expectations and recognize the signs of progress. In the early stages, you may notice small but significant changes in your interactions. Perhaps you'll find yourself listening more actively, asking more insightful questions, or feeling more comfortable with moments of silence in conversations. These subtle shifts are the foundation upon which your negotiation mastery will be built. As you progress in your journey, you'll likely experience a series of aha moments where concepts click into place and you start seeing negotiations in a new light. You might find yourself more adept at identifying underlying interests beyond stated positions, or notice an increased ability to generate creative solutions that satisfy multiple parties. It's crucial to celebrate these small victories along the way, as they are clear indicators that your skills are evolving. Keep in mind that progress isn't always linear. There may be days where you feel like you've taken a step back, but this is a natural part of the learning process. In the intermediate stages of your development, typically after a few months of consistent practice, you should start seeing more tangible results. This might manifest as more favorable outcomes in your negotiations, increased respect from colleagues or counterparts, or a growing reputation as someone who can handle difficult conversations with finesse. You may notice that you're being brought into more high-stakes discussions or asked for your input on complex deals. These are all positive signs that your new skills are being recognized and valued by others. As we wrap up this journey into the world of masterful negotiation, let's recap the key points that will transform you from an anxious negotiator to a confident deal maker. We've explored the critical importance of empathy in understanding your counterpart's needs, the power of strategic preparation in anticipating challenges, and the effectiveness of adaptive communication in steering discussions towards mutually beneficial outcomes. Remember, negotiation isn't about winning at all costs. It's about creating value and building relationships that stand the test of time. In the middle of difficulty lies opportunity, said Albert Einstein. This quote perfectly encapsulates the essence of skilled negotiation. Every challenge you face at the negotiating table is a chance to apply your new skills, to turn potential conflict into collaboration, and to forge agreements that propel you towards your goals. As you leave this video, I challenge you to view your very next interaction through the lens of a master negotiator. Listen deeply, prepare thoroughly, and communicate with purpose. The journey to negotiation mastery is ongoing, but the rewards are immeasurable. By committing to this path, you're not just learning a skill, you're unlocking your potential to shape your world, to advocate effectively for yourself and others, and to turn obstacles into stepping stones. The next chapter of your success story starts now, armed with the tools and mindset of a true negotiation pro. So go forth, engage confidently in your next negotiation, and remember, every interaction is an opportunity to practice, learn, and grow. Your future self will thank you for the investment you're making today in mastering the art of negotiation.